The Renaissance period in English literature was a golden age of cultural awakening and creative brilliance, flourishing between the late 15th and early 17th centuries. This vibrant era brought a powerful revival of classical learning, humanist ideals, and artistic experimentation. With the rise of iconic writers like William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, Edmund Spenser, and Sir Philip Sidney, English literature experienced a profound transformation, marked by intellectual depth, poetic elegance, and dramatic power. The Renaissance wasn't merely a historical period. It was a revolution of the human spirit, a bold declaration that art, language, and the imagination could elevate the soul. The word Renaissance literally means rebirth, and in the world of English literature, it signifies the glorious rejuvenation of thought, language, and artistic expression. Following the medieval period, which was more rigid and religious in tone, the Renaissance brought a sweeping wave of change, inspired by the rediscovery of classical Greek and Roman texts. Writers in England began to explore themes of individuality, worldly experience, beauty, and human potential. This period roughly spans from the end of the 15th century to the beginning of the 17th century and is often considered the most dazzling chapter in the story of English letters. One of the key characteristics of the Renaissance period was humanism, a cultural and intellectual movement that placed human beings at the center of thought. Instead of focusing solely on religious salvation, Renaissance writers celebrated the richness of human life on earth. They turned to classical antiquity for models of excellence in literature, philosophy, and the arts. The influence of Greek and Roman writers like Homer, Virgil, Ovid, Cicero, and Plato can be seen in the themes and forms of English Renaissance writing. The Renaissance saw the explosion of poetic form, especially the sonnet, a 14-line verse, popularized in England by Sir Thomas Wyatt and Henry Howard, Earl of Surrey, who borrowed it from the Italian poet Petrarch. These early experimenters set the stage for later poetic masters. One such master was Edmund Spenser, whose The Faerie, Queene, 1590, is an epic poem that blends chivalric romance, classical allegory, and political symbolism. The English Renaissance was more than a literary period. It was a transformative moment in history when language, imagination, and human aspiration reached new heights. Writers of this age broke free from the constraints of the past and reshaped the literary landscape with beauty, power, and intellectual brilliance. Whether we are swept away by the epic adventures of Spenser, sonnets of Sidney, or the profound tragedies of Shakespeare, the Renaissance continues to inspire us with its boundless energy and belief in the power of the written word. It reminds us that literature is not just a reflection of life, it is life, in all its boldness, beauty, and complexity.